Alright, my pack is finally done. Right now what I've got in here is the white mint Starbuzz on the bottom layer. After that layer I've got blue mist from Starbuzz, and strangely enough I've got alfalfa mint flavour. So it's quite of a weird mix. I have not tried this flavour before. Let me give it a good smell. It smells pretty good, I will admit. It does have a flowery note at this point to keep in mind, but that's because of the blue mist, which is semi-flowery flavour. What I do recommend now, and you can see I've begun already, I've cheated, I've started doing it already, about 2 seconds, but you know, is to smooth out with your toothpick, not your finger. And the reason I say do this with a toothpick, not your finger, is because your fingers will dry out the tobacco, and it just may get some of the excess juice off that you kind of want there, but at the same time, you know, it may take off some of the juice that you actually do need, versus the toothpick, which takes off very little. As you can see how much absorbs to a toothpick versus your hand, you know, you get the idea. So, just evenly try to smooth it out. Don't compress it, don't push too hard. You really don't even need to push, you're just basically gliding the toothpick gently. And then you could pat down just a little bit if you get something like what I've got right there. And you can see if you've overpacked or underpacked. This is a pretty medium to full pack. To be honest, this is a really nice pack. Let's get you guys a good view. It's a little higher than some people like it, including myself. But this is more of a traditional style way of packing this particular bowl. Of course, I'm using very modern tobacco, and I'm not using a double apple narcola, 2 apple narcola, something more traditional style, or you know, whatever. But this is pretty good. And the reason I say it's not a complete full pack, as you can see, there's a few areas right there, and right there that are lacking some tobacco. But I like to leave it that way so I get very good airflow for my kind of smoke. Of course, it just depends on what I'm smoking and what kind of bowl, because this needs a lot of heat to heat up. Because it's a 1.8 pound bowl. That is the particular reason I'm, you know, leaving a little bit of air pocket space. But other than that, you can see the pack is really nice. So now what we're going to do, grab our tinfoil. I like using heavy duty tinfoil. So put the shiny side, you can see that this is the shiny side, and this is the matte side. Some of these have like 2 shiny sides to it, but you don't want that. So make sure to get one that has a shiny side and a matte side. So push down. You want to do the palm test. Let's back you up here. You want to push down with your palm so you get a little bit of a shape for the head. Then you want to push down with your hands like this. And you can see I kind of did a mediocre job this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually fold the ends here. And I'm a little disappointed, to be honest, because you can see I don't have a lot going on there. So let's take this and let's smooth it out a little bit. That's a little bit better, but it sure as hell not winning me any awards anytime soon. But what I will do is I will use one more small piece using the shiny side down again, and this will help with any bubbles or anything like that. But you can still see got that poor finished top, and it really drives me nuts. So I'm going to use the palm smoothing technique to try to get some of this, and then use my middle finger here to try to get some of this smoothed out. And this is fine. To be honest, it's not amazing, but this will be fine. So next thing I'm going to do, which I think all of us know what I'm going to do since I've already put the tinfoil, is poke my holes. This time I've got to actually poke the holes a little bit deeper because I'm using very heavy duty tinfoil. The reason I like to use heavy duty tinfoil is it makes the sessions last a bit longer. For certain flavors especially, you need it. Other flavors it won't act as friendly to, and you may actually get less of an experience. So it's kind of a trial and error kind of thing. Again, I encourage you to do this at a slow pace in the beginning, just so you can get your practice, but the holes aren't that important. Keep in mind, the more holes you have, the more sensitive the tobacco will be, so you don't want too many holes and you don't want too few holes. You kind of want a good mix of the two, so that way you guys can take those big draws. I don't know if you guys can see that there's a little bit of red stuff that came out, which is from the of course the mint flavour alfalfa. So now that we've got our holes, which are quite big, they're not too small, they're not too big, but they're big. One thing I want to do is take any piece of, you know, something, just wipe it down, because sometimes you get juices on here and it'll make the coals taste bad. So that's how I'm packing this head in particular. Of course, the tinfoil aspect of it all, I didn't do such a great job. Not my daily routine, but good enough for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna actually smoke this and I'll do a little quick review of this flavour. Keep in mind, I will be using Hookah Hawaii coals. This is an amazing box of coals, and I'll talk about this before we get into it. But they are smaller than coconaras, and they are smaller than cocoas, I will give you that. But these burn so much better, and they almost have no smell at all when they burn. These are great, and I highly recommend them. So anyways guys, I will be back with you guys once I get this going. Thank you.